Hi, this is Julie at Love's Beginning with a message called The Flow is Always the Solution. The only thing you can judge is how you feel. Let that sink in. When you recognize this, you distinguish between the real and the unreal. You allow true solutions in which no one loses. You have a habitual posture of tensing up to defend against a world. Thoughts of ego have taught you this, and you have been a willing student. Ego has said this: you are a separate being of agency and power. You must do things to make things happen. I will tell you what to do, and this is how you will succeed. Ego's definition of success is getting whatever ego tells you that you want. When you tense up to defend against a world, you can feel the edges of your separate character. You can see clearly the separate beings that you must handle in some way. If you pause before you tense up, you are just here, and you are with all beings, not handling them. It is always your option to stay here in peace. See what happens from here, where no one is your enemy and where ego's agenda doesn't matter. Spirit is here to use the world you perceive as a conduit to deliver reflections of your actual and shared self to you. Spirit has a use for the world. You are spirit. But when you identify as the separate self ego describes, you believe that you as separate have a use for the world, and then you attempt to use it as ego instructs. This is why we recommend the pause. When you can feel old grab the world and manage the world and tell the world what it is habits arising, just pause. Remember that there is something else here for you, something that is real. This is your moment to choose the real over the imaginary. You can either contract around unreal pain, or you can recognize love, which is always here and real. You know by how you feel. When ego is telling you to go forward, you must contract around the pain of separation first. This means that listening to ego guarantees pain. When you are in your right mind, you do not listen to ego because it is a guarantee of pain. Ego tells you that its version of going forward is progress, and you need progress. You can be still and question these thoughts. Hold them up to the light and see what happens. Something not ego can be in charge of the illusion. Your safety lies in allowing this. It's okay if you feel intense emotional and physical pain, because as you do, you're being shown what you use to block spirit's flow, believing that holding on to this will keep you safer. The solution is always letting go of the defensive thoughts that hold separation perception in place and block flow. The flow is always the solution to any problem perceived. Look at it in this way. If you use thought to manufacture a landscape of conflicting figures, then you are going to identify as one of those figures and put yourself at the mercy of the separate figures and their conflicts. If you catch on to what you're doing, then you just stay in the conflictless place you never actually left before imagining conflict. You can stay in this place of peace even as you still perceive the illusion of conflict. As you stay in peace, flow carries you through the perception of conflict into a world that begins to reflect peace back at you. We wait here in peace, and we are always able to share this peace with you as you allow it. Thanks for listening.